Okay, welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, we're working on actually getting our Fitech installed. So, got all the wiring and harnesses and everything laid out. It is pretty easy. We already got the actual throttle body injection already mounted. Everything's pretty easy. We have just the two wires, that big one back there for the handheld, another one here for the O2 sensor. We have a brand new O2 sensor. We have this guy right here, which one of these goes into the fuse box, and one of them goes to an accessory wire for a fan, a tack, and a keyed on power. And then the other one of those, I think it's the blue one here, I bought this Fitech coolant sensor, so we'll be replacing that, which means our coolant temperature sensor on our original speedometer won't work anymore. That's fine. But pretty easy, just laying out all the wiring. We have a nice little fuse box here, and everything, you know, really solid looking, nice connectors. And basically, they all only fit in one orientation, so it should be pretty easy. In terms of the O2 sensor bung, we had to measure the exhaust, and I'm probably just gonna clamp it on for a first start. It needs to be 4 to 6 inches after the collector, which I currently don't have. After the collector, where they all come together. Oh, I should be able to actually get it on the header there. And it needs to be at an upward angle. That way we don't get anything stuck or condensation. It doesn't get hit by anything. And it needs to be about 15-degree angle wise. So I'm just gonna take a 90, 180, 45, and I'll just do it, a little bit lower, good guess. And that should be it. Let me kind of get everything unraveled, kind of laid out, see where I'm gonna mount things. This is really neat. If you open this up too, it's got a really nice diagram for all your fuses. Quick glance, I'm thinking maybe I want to keep it out of the way, but somewhere accessible, pending I ever need to mess with it. Maybe something kind of like in here would be nice. Kind of hidden out of the way, keep it away from the headers. I don't really go into the shock tower because I don't want to be in the way of these. I don't think I should mount it to the motor. That just doesn't seem like a good idea. Maybe even kind of up here, where there's already kind of a hole. That'd be nice and out of the way. I could run the wires and a braided loom right here. I don't want it back on the firewall. So we're gonna just start connecting things, plugging them in, and we'll go from there. Guys, went ahead and got this temperature sensor wired up over here on the time lapse, and that's all I accomplished. So I was actually trying to find a good way to mount the little fuse box, and I was trying to put it in the back left hand corner to where it could be easily accessible enough and kind of hidden in the back instead of just having wiring everywhere. I thought that'd be kind of nice to not just have a whole bunch of wire and everything kind of coming out of this area. Is probably the best option because there's plenty of room. Eventually down the road, I want to get a different wiring harness and get rid of the solenoid and everything. So that'd be really nice to kind of keep everything kind of hidden. So I really want to try and keep the front fender aprons with the least amount of things on as possible. And first issue we ran into it with the Fitech, and it's honestly not that big of an issue. But the way that this clips on here, you see, you don't have a lot of room for a head of a bolt. So I have some nice ARP hardware left over from that blue motor that I've been working on. And they're M6 bolts, but any of the M6 bolts I have, the heads interfere with this little like locking mechanism on the side. Now I did use a step drill bit and drill this one out just a little bit to make it bigger to see if I could like countersink it a little bit, and you just can't. So really, if you put a self-tapper on there though, you can get it. I don't have any self-tappers that are long enough to really have sufficient threads coming through, and quite frankly I don't really want to use self-tappers on this because I'm not entirely sure where I want it yet, especially if I end up redoing the wiring on this car. I'd like to, you know, have it all kind of nice, neat, and organized. So then I got me thinking, okay, well, if I don't use self-tappers, I will use rib nut gun tool. And obviously if I use a rib nut gun tool, there's no way I'm getting it back in the you know, passenger side over there. It's not gonna happen. So for the time being, I am going to zip tie it, kind of just in this area, right around in here, just to run the wires. Hopefully get a, you know, hopefully just get a first start and kind of test everything out. And what I will end up doing overall is kind of having my Fitech over here with this fuse box, and then maybe down the line, if I get another aftermarket wiring harness, then I can put it right here. And that'd be very easy and accessible troubleshoot in the wiring or anything I would have. And I think if we did that, then I can make a nice plate, maybe something that's stand off with some rubber bushings so it doesn't vibrate, and you could really have everything nice and kind of organized and tucked into here. And then keep the battery then kind of over there, even though I hate the battery right there. I prefer it, probably relocate to the trunk, but I just don't like the clearance that it has with this radiator and everything. So for the time being, just to kind of try and map things out, and we're on a timeline, I just got home from work, we are just going to zip tie this guy up. There are 2 holes enough way down here. Let's stick that through, and we're gonna just get that kind of wired up, and as kind of a placeholder for now. Let's get that.
Austin?
What's up, Kel?
I had pizza. Pepperoni pizza.
Oh, you're still eating pizza from yesterday?
Yes.
Nice.
I'm already knows.
Good.
I left the crust for Mommy.
Did she know you ate some of your pizza?
No, that's Josh's. He bought it.
Oh, okay.
I go inside this thing to drive it.
The Mustang?
Yes.
Well, you've driven it more than I have, basically, bud. One day I'll drive it too.
No step. Why is it no step?
Because that's not really made to be a step. You use it as a step, but it's not really made to be a step.
What? Ow.
Oh, see? You're using it for a step, even though it's not supposed to be.
What is it? I said no step.
Because you're not supposed to use it as a step.
What does it used to be?
I think it's just like a support.
For what?
Um,
What, Austin?
I don't, support to keep it strong. Some people like you step on it when you're not supposed to. It doesn't hurt you as much. You're at the wait for 1 second, bud. I am. What's up, Joe? That's fine.
I want the big one. I'm looking at the big one. You know the one that you get the big one or the
No, let's not go under the car. We don't really need to. We did enough of that the other day.
Why?
Because if we don't unnecessarily need to be under the car, just in case anything were to happen, I don't want anybody to get hurt.
What are you trying to do, Austin?
Wrap a zip tie around this little fuse box.
I keep on bumping into that. That's why I want to lose your car. I'll keep on bumping into stuff.
Well, you're the one that wanted the tailgate and everything down.
Can you please move this kind of, please?
Not right now. I gotta try and get this how I want it.
I need some help. Now, I want to put this bolt on this nut. In the nut.
Okay, once I get this zip tied on, I can help you. This is
As I'm doing it, I'm ready. What are you trying to do?
well, I have to hold some stuff with one hand. Make sure it doesn't fall.
No step, no.
Yeah, just don't step on it. Put that in there.
I want to see the zip tie. Can I see the zip tie?
No, because I'm using it. It's about to get tight. Eventually, it's going to get replaced.
With what?
Something more permanent. This is a temporary solution just to try and get everything figured out.
Where's Josh? He's taking forever.
You guess where Josh is?
Uh-huh.
Well, he's got to work, right?
He's working, but they say he has to be home at 6 o'clock.
What time is it right now? Do you know?
6 o'clock?
It is?
I don't know.
Well, here, let me turn off my phone. I can check for you. All right, guys, so we just want to have this kind of zip tied up in there just for purposes of getting it somewhere. We're going to keep running wiring. Guys, so we went ahead and got a few things hooked up. We got the power just going to the battery and got the battery grounded. I need to work on the battery. It's kind of, yeah. Anyway, we got that hooked up to the fuse box over there. We didn't hook up the fuel line. We didn't hook up the tack. We didn't hook up really anything, mainly just the power right now. And I wanted to test everything out, at least see if it turns on, cuts on. And I got my helper here, Joe. He's gonna plug it in for us. Here you go, Joe. Can you plug it in?
Sure I will.
Thank you, Joe. Oh, there it goes. Hey, look at that. We got power.
Now should I press OK?
Let's see.
I'll press OK.
Sure. A lot of it's not going to work because I don't have a lot of it hooked up yet. But hey, at least we know it turns on. The screen's working. And we should be pretty good.
What does that mean?
That means we have to go back to some of these things.
What does that say?
Large gauges, Go EFI tuning, Go EFI, initial setup, data logging, display setup, fault code. Which one's that one?
Search.
Well, it's not going to do anything right now because I don't have anything hooked up and the car's not running. So that's about all we can do with it right now. So, still pretty neat. So we still get the O2 sensor hooked up, guys. I might try and knock that out once this one goes back home. Let's see. I had a couple questions about my distributor setup. So I have a Mallory 3 wire distributor. Basically, you have your one going to your coil, your 12 volt going to the battery, and then your ground. So if you want to run your distributor on the HEI, anything like that, distributors, you can run it through the Fitech. I'm probably not going to. And the reason for that is, as far as I can tell, this one's been running pretty good. And then you have to actually lock out your distributor. So in order to lock out your distributor, you got to pop off the cap. And in that electronic little module underneath the cap, I got my spark plug wires here. So basically, you have to take the rotor off. You have to get in there, and you have to lock it out. There should be some magnets, I believe, on the back side.
Austin?
1 second, Joe. I'm talking to the camera.
My name.
You can't.
What is his name?
Oh, I guess you can. Go ahead.
I can't get it.
You have to lock out your distributor. I've never done that before. There's a way better video out there if you guys look out how to do it. And basically it has two little wings that'll kind of slide out as the distributor is turning. This is tropical force. And when that turns out like that, that's when you got to kind of lock it out. So you basically get to clock it 180 degrees and prevent those, and then you can get your timing set with your Fitech. My abilities in timing a motor and engine, they are shot. I'm not very confident, and even poking a distributor in there correct. after my last motor. I did it quite a few times and I felt pretty good, but I did this one, got everything in there, and during my initial start on this one, everything sounded good and I felt like it already ran good enough, so I'm gonna elect not to do that and just run my normal coil setup and everything as is. So that should answer that question, and that's about it. I gotta run obviously these wires here. I'm gonna do some research.
Austin, I really unplug this because it's not working very well.
Let me see it.
See, it's not working. Now I'm pressing name, but it's not. Do it.
Oh, that's completely different. That's not gonna work, bud.
I'll unplug it.
Well, that's not gonna help it this time around. So I gotta look at the tach again. I don't think I can use it because I don't have an electronic tach. I think I can do the fans, which I would prefer to do with that new Fitech coolant sensor that we have. I'd rather be able to set that, and I think that will just go over to my fan relay, which is over there. I think just splice into that. I think that's all it is.
I pressed a different thing.
Okay, very nice, Joe. Thank you. And then we have an accessory that I don't have to mess with, and a keyed on power. I don't exactly know why I would need
I just dropped it.
any of that.
Nothing happened to it.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to unplug it and it got out of my hand.
Can't trust you with anything.
It went like this, and when I unplugged it, it fell down.
I saw it.
This thing keeps on doing it. It didn't do nothing.
Oh, there's a tiny little scratch. I'm telling. Oh.
I never learned a long time ago.
I'm telling. Here, let's keep it over here for now so we don't mess it up, just in case, all right? That doesn't matter. I'm giving you a hard time, Joe.
Why? I didn't give me a hard time.
Because I have to. All right, getting back to the videos, guys. So that is how we're going to set up the distributor. We're really not going to be running a ton through the Fitech. It'd be cool to run everything through it, but I just don't think it makes sense for me right now. There's your step stool, bud. All right, and I'm gonna leave the wire and everything to that for the moment until I get a few more things figured out, mainly this wire loom here. The longest part of getting this was trying to get this fuse box in right down here. That was the longest part of it all.